Today we're making something very delicious and tasty with chicken and potatoes. And this is something I make very often. My chicken curry recipe, basically chicken slow cooked in a nice broth and finished up with some veggies and potatoes. I was making this for a friend. She wasn't feeling well, and I believe maybe lost a bit of weight. So I decided to add some coconut cream to this just to add a little bit of fat and nice coconutty flavor. We start off by seasoning our chicken. Here I'm using soft chicken. I've also made this with the hard chicken, like that native chicken. Yeah, but it's best with the soft one because it just falls apart and all the flavors really seep through the chicken very well. Season with your favorite spices, but definitely put some curry on it. I use my favorite spices for this. Okay, so we pour our marinade over our spiced chicken, massage this for a bit, and set aside. Here I'm cooking some sweet potatoes that I'm going to mash later on. I will use this to thicken our chicken sauce because I don't necessarily want to put cornstarch in this dish. Now let's cook. So we start off with some salted butter and we're going to brown the chicken. Now I didn't do what I was supposed to do here. The point was to brown it, let it get brown and crisp before proceeding to cook. However, I made all the mistakes, overcrowded the pan, started off on very low heat, too much liquid, and then it started to boil. But I mean, it's not bad anyway. But when you're making it, try to brown the chicken first before adding a little bit of liquid. So now we're going to allow the chicken just cook in all that nice marinade, releasing out its chicken flavor. Let it cook for maybe 10 minutes, and we proceed to add our coconut milk and potatoes. Now this coconut milk is coming from the fridge, which is why you can see parts of it is like solidified. Add some Irish potatoes to this. I prefer Irish to sweet, but I have used sweet potatoes for this actually. It's just that it made the whole dish really, really sweet. Yeah. So yeah, I use Irish now. Um, just give it a good mix, cover and let it cook slowly. You want it to cook really slow on low heat for as long as it takes for those potatoes and chicken to get done and ready. While that is cooking, let's prep our veggies. My favorite would always be green bean, carrots, and bell peppers. Use whatever veggies you like. You can do broccoli, you can do cauliflower. There was a time I did broccoli and cauliflower. I had them blanched in my freezer, so at the end of the cooking, I just tossed them in. It gives it more flavor. So basically, think rainbow when you're making this dish. All the beautiful colors you can use, the orange carrots, the green peppers, the green beans, the red peppers, the yellow sweet corn, the white cauliflower. Have a blast. I have even used cabbage for this, but cooked cabbage is not necessarily my favorite thing to eat, but if you like cabbage, you can put a bit of cabbage as well. I love my onions in chunks, so if you don't, skip that. So next I'm going to cook the veggies separately, basically blanching it. I like to cook it separately for like a minute or two and then toss it into ice, like an ice bath, an ice water, yeah, thingy, so that it stops the cooking process. But honestly, if it's a lazy day, you're not up for it, you can just toss your veggies straight into the pot like that. But yeah, most times I like to cook it separately to retain that beautiful vibrant color and to retain a bit of the crunch. So ideally, you are supposed to use a cornstarch slurry to thicken this. But for some reason, I've just been very anti cornstarch these days, except when I'm baking. But for food, I'm perfectly okay with it not being super thick, right? Because I was making this for a friend, I needed to sort of thicken it. But if I was making this for just myself, I'm fine with it being loose, right? So, but if you like thicken with cornstarch, I just use sweet potato paste. Finished off with the veggies. Of course, date syrup has to go in, help me balance the flavors. And yeah, the video is running faster than my narration. But anyway, the food is
The food is
ready. Also
ready. All
finished up
those
with
amazing flavors have entered into the chicken, the potatoes. It's just, like a burst of flavors when you take a bite of this. I used some rice to eat mine, just tasted it a bit to be sure all is well, quality assurance and all. And of course, it went well. I sprinkled a bit of yaji on mine and then packed the rest for my friend. I hope she liked it. I actually forgot to ask her feedback, but I'm sure if she didn't, she would have let me know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye now. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.